Okay, it now says now recording on YouTube.
Great.
So, good morning. This is
Morning.
Mary Lou Woodford, calling the Board of Health meeting to order Friday, August 28th. It's now 10:09. I just need to read this statement about our virtual meetings. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law 30A, Section 18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Southborough Board of Health will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with rights and/or requirement to attend the meeting can be found on the Town of Southborough's website, www.southboroughtown.com. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch or participate in the meeting may do so in the following manner: by finding the meeting at southboroughtown.com remote meetings. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on Southborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, and/or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Hooray. The meeting is called to order. We are scheduled to have a very short meeting, and Dan texted me and said he is running late from his work meeting, so he's going to join us as soon as he can. I know it's going to be a pretty short meeting. We have a very short agenda. And Paul, can you give us an update of what we have for our meeting?
Two items. One is to officially appoint the per diem nurse who we have interviewed with and come up with a recommendation to the board, and then to approve any of the previous minutes of meetings that have not been approved. That's it.
Great. So let's look at the minutes first. We have two meetings that we need to approve minutes for. So let's first look at, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the July 21st meeting. Did everybody get a chance?
I wasn't there,
to read
so I
those?
don't know. Am I able to? I don't think I can vote. I wasn't there. Isn't that the one I missed?
I think you missed the 31st.
No, you were there.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You and Dan were there. I was not. So maybe we need to wait for Dan for that.
Yeah, probably for both of those, because then I wasn't at the next one.
Correct. You weren't at the next one. Okay. So, sorry, we're gonna have to wait for Dan for the minutes.
Okay.
So let's move on to appointing the per diem nurse. Paul, do you want to give any update or background of what we
Sure.
need to vote on?
Sure. As you may have remembered at your last meeting, you basically authorized the staff in Vanessa to interview 3 candidates, which we've done. And we have selected or recommended to the board one candidate, who's Molly Megan. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to talk to Molly about an hourly rate and to discuss with her the particulars of the job and what it would entail with primarily working under the supervision of Emily Amico, myself, in the Board of Health. And she was in agreement with the hourly rate that we arrived at, we being her and I, after much discussion. And I believe that hourly rate should be recorded in the your vote And is that correct, Vanessa? Yep, okay. So the hourly rate that was arrived at, that she agreed to, is $34.50 per hour. And it's a per diem, it's just an hourly rate basis. There are no benefits. She understands that. And we could not give her a firm figure as to how many hours it may entail per week. I think we've already discussed that with her when we were interviewing her. But it would be variable depending on the workload and what she is needed to do, helping Emily and the board carry out its public health duties, especially the nursing related duties to the COVID-19. That she would be required to keep a timesheet, which Barbara has developed for both the nurse intern and for the rest of us. We've been using different timesheets at one time, but it's a very clear and concise timesheet, which allows her to log in the time spent on various facets, activities, and so forth, so that these can be tabulated and then can be passed into the town accountant's office, and so forth. Vanessa indicated she needs to still present herself to the our human resource staff, treasurer's office, so forth, to document, get all her particulars as far as her social security number and so forth for payroll purposes.
So
I think
once we appoint her, then she can do all of that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
What's her last name, Paul?
Megan.
Megan. Okay.
Yeah.
And quick
She
question
is a
before
town
we
resident
What do you
go
spell
on that. The intern, has the intern started?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
She's
great.
been working for a month, I think.
Oh, great. Super. That's awesome. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve Molly Megan as a per diem nurse at $34.50 an hour. Rate is hours are variable based on the workload.
I second the motion.
And I'd like to take a vote on this. This is Mary Lou Woodford. I vote yes.
This is Nancy Sacco. I also vote yes.
So we are confirmed for Molly Megan. So I presume that once she finishes the paperwork, then she'll be able to start work.
So start on Thursday, Vanessa?
Yep, I'll make
Okay,
arrangements
period.
for her to meet with Kristen Pasicane, our payroll and benefit coordinator. I just wanted to point out the spreadsheet that timesheet Paul was referring to was designed by the town accountant, because the per diem nurse was not, was not part of your original FY21 budget. So it would be going through, our CARES reimbursements and so forth. So the accountant has given instructions on how to carefully track Molly's hours, so it becomes part of our larger reimbursement under the pandemic.
Got like 2 sheets. She does 1 sheet and then I do the
Yeah.
sheet to Carla.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
I'm
Vanessa.
sorry, what is the start date?
We start on Thursday, new pay period.
So next Thursday, okay. Also wondering if we can start getting her set up with an email and
Yes, Barbara can
Possibly
just
a
coordinate with
device,
Tom to set up an email account.
okay, because I'll need that to get her set up for the trainings and things like that. The email address.
Should have Nancy train her.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
hi,
gonna write
Dan.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late.
We had to wait for you, Dan, to approve the minutes, so
Oh.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, for the Maven, you have to have a town issued email address, so that's important to get that process moving.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah, so is everybody clear with what Vanessa said, by the way, and I'm glad she brought that subject up. There was no money budgeted for this position in our regular budget. So we are pursuing initially the CARES Act, which the town administrative office, chief executive office will have to initiate with the state. And then we will also avail ourselves later with any money from the Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency. And or the FEMA, if there's any money available later on for that too.
Yeah, that's great. So Dan, now that you're here, do you have a copy of the minutes for the last two meetings?
I do.
So I can make a motion to approve the minutes from our meeting on July 21st.
Second that motion.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
I'll
July
second
31st.
that motion. I second the motion for the 21st because I was there.
Yeah, there was one
Yeah.
for the 21st and 31st.
Right.
Oh, right. So the 21st, you second, Nancy?
Yes.
And so the meetings are approved, the meeting minutes are approved. Dan and Nancy both approved those minutes. I was not at that meeting. So now I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 31st meeting.
Second.
Dan seconds.
I wasn't there, so.
You weren't there, so the meeting minutes are approved.
Do we have to vote,
Do
Vanessa?
they have to record, do you have to record their names?
Yep, by roll call, please.
Okay, this is Mary Lou Woodford. I accept the meeting minutes as written for July 31st. Dan?
Oh, this is Dan O'Rourke. I accept the meeting minutes for the July 31st meeting.
Okay, let's go back
And
to
this
the,
is Nancy Sacco. I approve the meeting minutes as written for July 21st.
And this is
Dan?
Dan for July 21st.
great, thank you. That is all we have on our agenda for today. Does anybody have anything else they want
Did you fill
to?
Dan in on your vote for the
Sorry?
provisioners?
Sorry, Barbara?
Should you fill Dan in on your vote for the per diem nurse?
Oh, yeah, Dan, you came. We did take a vote for the per diem nurse, Molly Megan, at $34.50 an hour. Hours to be determined according to need, and her payment will come out of the CARES Act because it wasn't in our original budget. And Nancy and I both voted yes to move forward. I don't know if you would like to take a vote on that, seeing you're here.
I vote yes as well.
Great, thank you. Say Dan O'Rourke votes yes.
This is Dan O'Rourke and I vote yes.
Thank you.
I just have a quick question for Emily. Do you feel like you have enough nurses for these flu clinics, or do you need me to ask people at work for help?
I need to follow up with a couple of the other people that I originally emailed.
Okay.
And then kind of map it out.
Okay, just let me know and shoot me an email if you want me to ask anybody at work who might be free.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Sure.
Oh, I guess I should bring something up. With the new requirement for schools to have the flu vaccine by December 31st. So all students have to have the flu vaccine documented by December 31st now. The schools are looking to add a school-based flu clinic. So I've been working with them trying to obtain vaccine or partner with one of the local pharmacies like Walgreens or CVS to be able to provide that accessibility to those students. But that would be run by this, well, not, it would be run in partnership with the school nurses and then the Board of Health, if that's.
So one of the challenges, Emily, that I've heard, at least in a couple of the other towns, was the schools want to do that for the kids that are unable to get the vaccine, but they have nowhere to store vaccine because they don't have the temperature sensitive refrigerators. So I don't know if that makes a difference in, letting them know that we could store the vaccine if we're able to get a supply of it.
Yes, so so I'm in the process of investigating how this works, but I've spoken with Walgreens and CVS, and they are able to provide some vaccine, but they're only able to vaccinate 9 years of age and up. But they have to administer the vaccine that they bring. So then, and they also process all the paperwork for that age group. But as you can see, a lot of our students are younger than 9 years old. So we want to be able to find a way to be able to vaccinate them. So that's where the school nurses would come in, but I'm investigating if we can acquire state dose for that. I just got a call back, it looks like, from DPH, so I'm hoping to figure that out. I'm at the very beginning of it, gathering all the information, so.
That's great. Thanks for doing that and working with the schools. That's great that you're able to do that.
And what are they
in the-
doing? Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just going to say, in the past, they have a high percentage of vaccination for the flu. It's somewhere around 80% for Northborough, Southborough district. So, we're thinking that we probably have to, try and close the gap there a little bit. So it's not a huge number, but we want to be able to provide some accessibility to that population.
My other question was, are they going to be limiting how many people we allow in the building for these at a time? Like, is someone going to be counting and not like? How
So we're
is
doing it by appointment. And we're
Oh,
hoping,
even on the 6th and the 14th is all by appointment. Okay. Okay.
and I'm hoping we can do it the same way for the schools. We're also hoping to do it outside, weather permitting. We're working on getting some tents and setting up the parking lot with barriers
Okay.
to
That's a
be
good
able to have it, even lower risk for
Great. Okay.
related to COVID.
That's awesome.
So let's hope there's no more hurricanes.
No.
Oh God, you never know what's coming
I
down the
know,
pike
it's
these
terrible.
days.
It's terrible.
Ay.
I've been working with Neil Aspisi on like emergency preparedness type things, and he actually is in Texas, Louisiana area due to the
Laura.
hurricane. Yeah. My sister's name is Laura.
My daughter's name is Laura, and she's pretty fierce. So I was surprised it wasn't worse than it was.
Okay, I think we've covered everything that we planned to, and thank you everybody for jumping on the call so quickly. And
I'm going to be working on my email debacle today, so hopefully I'll get that sorted out.
all right, sounds great. Thank you,
All
Emily,
right.
for all you're doing. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
so much for your support.
Thank
Bye.
you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hey, Vanessa. Okay. Vanessa? Do we have,
Oh, hang on 1 second. Let me just
Okay.
stop the YouTube recording, Barbara.